trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Doreen Scanlon. We begin with an ABC6 update on a story we first told you about this morning on Good Morning Providence. State police investigating a deadly car crash that killed 3 people overnight in West Warwick. It happened just before 2 a.m. right near Exit 8 on 95 South. Police say a driver lost control and drove off the highway, hitting a tree. State police tell us all 3 people in the car died, but no identification has been released yet on any of the victims. Also today, the Powerball jackpot finally hit last night. Someone in Morro Bay, California purchased the only ticket to match all 6 numbers. Locally, there was a $1 million winner in Seekonk. Quality Gas and Mart in Seekonk sold one of $2 million tickets in Massachusetts. That jackpot ticket out in California checks in at $699 million. Those winning numbers were 12, 22, 54, 66, 69, and the Powerball is 15. And now to the weather as we take a live look outside right now with our sky cam. Still dreary out there. Chelsea's standing by with more in our first forecast. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Doreen. It's dreary today, but certainly less rainy than yesterday. We had that steady rain on and off all day long yesterday. Today, it's still damp, but it's more of that mist and that light shower activity that we've been dealing with. It's definitely a cooler than average day. We should be making it into the upper 60s this time of year. Instead, we're only in the upper 50s right now with the clouds and the breeze coming in from the north. We're going to stay on the cool side of things today. You're still seeing some light showers, that mist, that drizzle outside right now. A little more activity up to our north and our west with a lot of clouds in place over southern New England at the moment. The good news is we're going to see some very slow improvements late today. You may get a few pops of sunshine before the sun sets just after 6 o'clock this evening, and we continue to see improving conditions overnight. Temperatures are cool today, but tomorrow is much brighter and warmer too. I'll have much more in just a few minutes. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thank you. Now to the latest in our schools now. And Smithfield High School is dealing with a COVID outbreak, most of the cases impacting the football team. And now the school's facing a tough choice to delay the upcoming game, which would impact homecoming, or play the game with limited players. ABC6 News reporter Laura Puglisi spoke to the principal about this situation. She's live with the latest. Laura?
Well, Doreen, the football program has been on pause for nearly a week after 15 players there tested positive. Today, that pause is over. All the players will get tested and the fate of the upcoming game will be decided. Smithfield High School is dealing with an outbreak of COVID cases. More than a dozen students testing positive, 15 of those football players.
And then the cases started to build. So on Wednesday, the COVID team, the superintendent's office, and our staff here at the high school made a decision to shut the program down, put it on pause.
Principal Dan Kelly says the outbreak stemmed from a home football game. The school was notified a player on the opposite team tested positive. They canceled last week's game and put the program on pause, which ends today.
If any of our players who not tested positive present a negative result from over the weekend, then they'll be eligible to return tomorrow to practice. Tomorrow is our first planned practice.
And Friday is their next game. The school now faced with another tough choice, to play or delay the game, which would impact homecoming.
Really, it's going to boil down to, will we have enough, do we feel that a team of varsity athletes that's prepared and ready to go? You know, we'll have a very limited amount of practice time, but it's really going to boil down to, are we going to have bodies to put on the field?
League rules say there must be 5 days of practice in between each game. So if they bump back Friday's game, they'll need to delay future games, including homecoming, which falls on the following Friday.
We'll see how that plays out. And really, at the end of the day, we want our kids to be safe. We want our kids to be healthy. And so, we're not going to make any decisions without that being the primary focus.
And Principal Kelly says they'll make that decision on Thursday if they should move forward with the game or delay it. Of course, we're going to keep you updated. Reporting live in Smithfield, I'm Laura Puglisi, ABC6 News.
All right, Laura, thank you. Now to more coverage of the coronavirus. And Johnson & Johnson is asking the Food and Drug Administration to approve its COVID-19 booster shot. J&J hasn't asked for a specific time interval to administer the booster. Instead, the company submitted data sets showing a second shot boosts immunity to 94% when given 2 months after the first dose, and boosts immunity response 12-fold when given at 6 months. And the Miriam Hospital has a new chief medical officer. Dr. Mark Deitch is taking over the role. He previously worked with WellSpan Health in Pennsylvania and Northern Maryland. Deitch has 2 local ties. He got his bachelor's degree at Brown and previously worked as an intern at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Massachusetts. Well, the countdown to playoff baseball is on. The Red Sox will host a do-or-die, winner-take-all American League wild card game tonight against who else? The New York Yankees. Casey Cantz joins us live in the newsroom with more on tonight's matchup. Hi there, Casey.
Yeah, time to start getting fired up, Doreen. Among the greatest rivalries in all of sports renews pleasantries just hours from now at Fenway Park. And some breaking news coming down just a short time ago. It appears that Red Sox DH J.D. Martinez will be out tonight. He was left off the Red Sox lineup card for tonight's game. J.D.'s been dealing with that sprained ankle, so that is a big bat that the Sox will be without for this one-game win or go home. The Yankees offense also taking a blow as DJ LeMahieu also on the injured list and will not play tonight. Nathan Eovaldi will get the ball tonight for Boston. Garrett Cole taking the bump for the Pinstripes. The 2 managers tonight, of course, also know this historic series very well. Here's Alex Cora.
You know, they have a great team. They did an amazing job. I think Aaron, throughout the season, with all the criticism, you know, for him to be in this spot tells you what kind of manager he is, what kind of person he is. And I texted him yesterday. I'm very proud of him.
Yeah, these 2 teams coming in tonight with identical regular season records, both going 92 and 70. First pitch tonight from Fenway just after 8 o'clock. Our ABC6 sports director, Nick Coit, will begin live coverage from Fenway tonight, beginning at 5 o'clock. Live in the newsroom today, Casey Cantz, ABC6 News.
All right, Casey, thanks. Looking forward to it. And the Woo Sox are hosting fans at Polar Park tonight to watch the game. The DCU club at Polar Park is opening at 7 o'clock to allow fans time to prepare for first pitch. Fans can also sit outside in the ballpark to watch the game on the big board. Ballpark food will be on sale to anyone who stops by. Admission is free. And Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee is challenging his New York counterpart to a friendly bet over tonight's wild card game. McKee says he'll provide some Dell's lemonade, Guild beer, and Greg's cake if the Yankees beat the Sox. No response from Hochul yet, but maybe she could send some New York pizza in return. And ABC6 News at noon covering some politics today. Rhode Island voters will head to the polls in Providence and East Greenwich today. There are 2 special election primaries. Polls are open until 8 p.m. for Providence's 3rd District Senate primary. 5 candidates vying to fill the seat left open by Gail Golden. She resigned to join President Joe Biden's administration as senior advisor in the U.S. Department of Labor Women's Bureau. In East Greenwich, there are 2 candidates for school committee. The polls are open until 8 there as well. And one-time television news reporter Gail Huff Brown is running for office. Her husband, Scott Brown, is a former ambassador and former U.S. Senator. Huff announced her candidacy in a video for New Hampshire's 1st Congressional District U.S. House seat. Huff worked as a reporter for 30 years. She was here at ABC6 in the mid-'80s. A Republican, she's running against career politician Chris Pappas. Well, coming up here on ABC6 News at noon, Facebook fallout. A whistleblower speaks on the company's practices just a day after Facebook and Instagram crashed. And just as the Supreme Court's term gets underway, a suspicious vehicle outside of the court causes a big law enforcement response in D.C. Those details next. Well, this was the scene near the U.S. Supreme Court this morning. A significant police response in the area. Capitol Police say they took one man into custody from that vehicle you see there. Capitol Police originally tweeted out that they were investigating a suspicious vehicle in the area. The Supreme Court resumed in-person arguments today and is hearing cases again today. Now to the Facebook fallout. First, a massive worldwide social media outage for hours on Monday. And now a Facebook whistleblower is testifying before Congress. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
All eyes on the Facebook whistleblower Tuesday.
I used to work at Facebook.
Former product manager Frances Haugen blasting the social media giant in her testimony before Congress.
The choices being made inside of Facebook are disastrous for our children, for our public safety, for our privacy, and for our democracy. And that is why we must demand Facebook make changes.
Haugen claims the company put profits before public good, purposely sowing division to keep users engaged.
They want you to believe that this is just part of the deal. I am here today to tell you that's not true. These problems are solvable. I came forward at great personal risk because I believe we still have time to act. But we must act now.
This as Facebook officials deal with the fallout of the nearly 6-hour blackout on the site and its sister pages, Instagram and WhatsApp Monday, creating widespread frenzy across the globe. Roughly 3.5 billion users unable to access their accounts.
To have every service that they operate be inaccessible for this amount of time this is a catastrophic outage.
Employees told ABC News the company's internal email was also down. Facebook saying we believe the root cause of this outage was a faulty configuration change. We also have no evidence that user data was compromised as a result of this downtime. We apologize to all those affected.
Outages for companies like these do not happen that often, and certainly not for this duration.
And back to that whistleblower, Facebook has released a statement in response to her allegations, saying in part to suggest we encourage bad content and do nothing is just not true, adding that they're making significant improvements to tackle the spread of misinformation. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And coming up on ABC6 News at noon, a needless search after the Coast Guard wastes its time on Block Island. The U.S. government is getting the taxpayers' money back. How this all happened. Plus, Chelsea has your full 7-day forecast right after this.
ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, we've been at almost 48 hours of some damp weather here in southern New England. Still seeing some mist and some drizzle in spots right now. Overall, on average, over the last 48 hours, we've picked up anywhere from 1 to 2+ inches of rain. Some higher totals in the Attleboro area along northern Rhode Island, just over 2 inches. The sun is going to do its very best to try and break through the clouds. It is a little bit brighter today, a little bit drier today compared to yesterday, but still definitely an overcast day with some visibility issues because of that mist and drizzle, and it's still very cool outside. Most of us are seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 50s right now, about 10 degrees cooler than average for this time of year. The good news is we're going to see things turning around a little bit as we head into the coming days. This morning we started the day in the 50s and we'll stay in the 50s overnight, slightly above that average low. Our average high 68 again today, and yesterday only around 60 degrees. But tomorrow we actually come up above average. The breeze today isn't helping. It's coming in from the north to the northeast, 5 to 15 miles per hour. That breeze will shift a bit for tomorrow. We'll see more sunshine tomorrow, and we actually make it into the above average range, making it into the low to mid 70s. We're not talking about extremes here, but it's going to be nice after a couple of dreary and very cool days for this time of year to turn things around, to get into more sunshine and to warm up a bit. We cool down back to some seasonable temperatures as we head into the weekend, but overall things are staying relatively at least average through much of this week. Satellite radar image shows you some scattered showers that we're still seeing outside right now. A lot of clouds in place as we head through the later part of the afternoon. I'm hopeful that some of us are going to get some pops of sunshine, but it's really going to be slow going, and the pops of sun are going to be few and far between. Overall, plan on mostly cloudy conditions with some scattered showers. Now, a much wider view shows you more clearing off to our immediate west, and we're going to eventually tap into this high pressure system as we head into the coming days, and we have a long stretch of sunshine ahead of us after today. Today is still mostly cloudy. You're seeing some spotty showers around at times. It's very light rain today, not the heavy rain that we were dealing with yesterday. Highs should top out only in that low 60s range. You're noticing those clouds breaking up as we head through tonight. We wake up tomorrow morning with partly clear conditions. Temperatures in the 50s, not too cool. And then from there, it should be a beautiful afternoon. Highs around 70 degrees with mainly sunny conditions. We'll stay clear overnight into Thursday morning, and Thursday looks mainly sunny with highs. Temperatures actually by noontime already around 70 degrees. Again on Thursday and into Friday, it looks like we'll be topping out in the mid 70s. Today, only in the low 60s. It's definitely a cool day. We're mostly cloudy. You'll get a few scattered showers at times. Tonight, those clouds will continue to clear out. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 50s, and then tomorrow should be a nice day with sunshine and warmer conditions. Light breeze from the north, but then gradually shifting in from the south as we head into Thursday and Friday. Temperatures into the mid 70s range. It'll be a bit breezy on Saturday, but it looks bright, just cooler. Highs only in the mid 60s. Watching the potential for some showers Sunday into Monday. Right now, we're keeping things relatively dry with seasonable temperatures, highs in the upper 60s and low 70s. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thanks. So how about this? 2 Block Island residents who set off an unnecessary Coast Guard search operation have agreed to settle a civil claim by the U.S. government. The Coast Guard says Perry Phillips and Benjamin Foster were headed to a wedding in Breezy Point and fired 3 flares for a social media video. Since the flares indicate nautical distress, the New Shoreham harbor master alerted the Coast Guard and a search operation was launched. The 2 will now pay $10,000 to resolve that claim. And Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee and Lieutenant Governor Sabina Matos will be holding a briefing this afternoon. It's at 2 o'clock at the Department of Administration. McKee's expected to be asked about the Rhode Island vaccine mandate for healthcare workers and how it's impacting the state's hospital staff. That mandate went into effect on Friday. Well, Pick Up the Litter is next here at noon. Today, meet Eros, a social dog. We mean really social, just 7 months old. And he's hoping you'll take him in. Learn more about him next.
Pick of the Litter, brought to you by Moriarty's Invisible Fence.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday. That, of course, means it's time for a pick of the litter. We have Wayne and Katie here today, and you brought a really sweet puppy with you today. This guy's only 7 months old.
He's only 7 months, and he is really a sweetheart. His name is Eros. I didn't do the world's best in my Latin classes, but I think Eros was the god of love, and
Aww.
he is a lovable, sweet guy.
He really is.
He's an American Bulldog, a.k.a. Pit Bull, I think, in most translations.
Okay.
He's small. He's, at the moment, probably about 35 pounds. He's 7 months old. He's not going to be a really big dog, but he's a sweetie. He came to us in a divorce situation. We see that on a pretty frequent basis.
Oh, yes.
And he needs to be rehomed. He's takes treats well. He's pretty good on a lead. He's not dog reactive. We think he's good with just about any family.
Okay, that would be wonderful.
yeah.
He came through the newsroom, and I think he stopped and said hello to every single person before actually getting into the studio. So clearly a friendly pup. And he is a puppy, so there's plenty of energy there, right?
There is plenty of energy, but he's of a small enough size that we're comfortable in most family situations. Maybe not with just an infant, but
Sure.
Look at him. What a good guy.
He's a really good boy. And we also have a really exciting thing going on in the coming days and week. Clear the Shelter is going on with the RSPCA, right?
Sure. Next week,
Okay.
starting pretty much immediately, we have Clear the Shelters, which is a sponsored program where the Bissell Foundation subsidizes the adoption fees. So pretty much any animal that we have, except for a puppy, has a $25 adoption fee. So if you're on the fence and the adoption fee has been a barrier to entry, this is a perfect time to stop by and see us.
That's wonderful. We got to clear the shelters. That's the goal. So we will keep you updated on that. And if you are interested in Eros here, he's a really sweet guy. You can contact the RSPCA at 401-438-8150. Thanks, guys.
Well, still to come, a drone captures a croc's midair catch as the reptile lunges at the camera. Plus, Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast when we come back. Well, finally this afternoon, check out this video from Australia where a film crew was using a drone to shoot some crocodiles in a lagoon. The crew noticed one of the crocs checking out the drone, so they then went in for a close-up, and that croc chomped down on the drone. Look at that. A few weeks later, the drone washed up on shore. It was mangled with a few teeth marks, and luckily the video was intact, so we got to see that shot.
Like,
Isn't that
waiting for it to
unbelievable?
happen. Knew
I
it
know.
was going to happen. It's like, when is it
It's coming.
happening?
Wait for it.
That's wild.
Yes.
Guess it wasn't a good enough snack.
I guess not.
Hang on to. It's still damp outside today and overcast with some mist and some light showers at times, but we have some very slow improvements expected later today. Still on the cool side of things, though. Tomorrow, much brighter. Temperatures will be warmer, too, around 70 degrees, even warmer for Thursday and Friday. A nice stretch of weather ahead of us after the past 2 days. That'll be nice.
All right, so we actually got to get through this
Yes.
little stretch here right now, and then we'll
Yes,
improve. Okay,
exactly.
got it. Thanks, Chelsea. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues first at 4. Have a great day, everybody.